Hello, my name's Togen Johnson. I represent the Samuel Lawrence Foundation today. I'm a Harvard-trained urban planner and a father of four living downwind of San Onofre. I want to say that this final EIR certification is premature. This discussion is premature. And the reason why I say that is there's an interconnectedness between the regulatory agencies overseeing this decommissioning process and that have jurisdiction on various portions of this project. And from a planner's perspective, really what I try to do is I try to bring all these parties together when we propose a development, and we want to look at the interconnectedness, the jurisdictional interconnectedness, and how one jurisdiction might have insight into something like cost, and another have jurisdiction into something like safety or environmental protection. And if you bifurcate a project the way this decommissioning project has been bifurcated, you create an institutional blind spot, which allows an entity like Southern California Edison to slip past the review and slip past the scrutiny that a project of this magnitude deserves. I want to say that the Samuel Lawrence Foundation provided a lengthy comment to the draft EIR, and that comment gave you the technical information that you would need to understand the interconnectedness of a canister loading system that was approved by the California Coastal Commission before it understood the shortcomings of that system, which will leave the fuel stranded on site. The people that I work with are former head of the U.S. Nuclear Regulatory Commission, previous NRC commissioners, high-level radioactive waste policy experts that have advised presidential administrations, and National Academy of Science nuclear physicists that are independent of this industry. They don't receive a paycheck from this industry anymore, and they're speaking out quite clearly against this process. And one of them said that attending a recent nuclear waste symposium in Arizona, that people in the industry are wary of what's happening at San Onofre, and they say that this process is extremely dangerous and dirty, and it should be taken extremely seriously and done carefully and slowly, not rushed the way this process is being rushed. Now, I want to say that the comments that we submitted, I saw the responses in the draft in the staff report, and the concern that I have is that you've accepted at face value the word of Edison and their consultants like NPR Associates, who have absolutely misinformed the public, and we've stated that in our comment. But also Holtec International has demonstrated that safety is not number one, and damaging the canisters was never mentioned. The NRC didn't even know about this issue about damage to canisters and what's called chloride-induced stress corrosion cracking, which renders these canisters structurally unsound after a certain amount of time. A time frame within what we're talking about leaving these canisters in place because there's no place to send these canisters. So I want to say the NRC has a track record of being arguably the most industry-captured regulatory agency in the U.S., and you're taking their word at face value. Their staff and their commissioners disagree all the time. In fact, there's whistleblowers inside the NRC at the risk assessment level that are blowing the whistle on the NRC. I can provide you those letters too. And I want to say that Southern California Edison's judgment has been proven to be faulty. The recent fires, the Woolsey fires, were started with Southern California Edison's infrastructure. Half of my hometown burned to the ground. 25% of the population was displaced. And a close personal friend and his mother were burned to death. Their judgment is a personal issue for me. And I think it would be wise to not certify this EIR today. Give the public more time to go through all the documents that Public Watchdogs has shown you, the thousands of pages. This is unrealistic for the public who has full-time jobs and families to go through and scrutinize this. This is really something that should be done at the state level. It should be done by agencies like your own, coordinated with the Coastal Commission, revisiting their approval of this dry canister waste storage system, so that we don't make a mistake that costs ratepayers when we have to replace these canisters over and over again with money that we don't have that's not in the decommissioning process. That is within your jurisdiction. That's within the state's jurisdiction, the CPUC's jurisdiction, and you should be talking with these agencies. That's the prudent thing to do on a decision as large as leaving this amount of nuclear waste stranded on a beach right next to your jurisdiction. I ask that you don't certify that today and that you give the public the chance to inform you on the jurisdictional handle that you do have to ensure that the environment is not impacted and the state is not burdened with billions of dollars of costs to replace and secure this waste to keep us safe and keep the environment clean. Thank you.